Okay, if you're tracking the days, today's 49 out of 60 days. So we are kind of counting down the days to finish off our set. And today we are going to be doing supersets. So this actually is kind of a fun set to have a little piece of paper, if you so choose, to count your reps. And then another day when we do another set of supersets, you can go back and see if you got any better numbers. Numbers and data are really exciting for some people, and for others, it's kind of like, whatever. I made it to my mat and I got to work, and that's all that matters. So put the big toes together, knees nice and wide. As you all know, I don't count very well, so I'm just gonna go with the timer and appreciate whatever amount of time I end up getting. So reach those arms way, way far out in front, and then take time to just turn your head side to side. Relax and release through that neck. So as I said, 2-minute sets. So basically you have 2 minutes to complete one exercise, and you're supposed to, if you need to, take as many breaks as you need. Bring your knees together, grab those glutes, open the chest through your arms, squeezing those elbows in. Tuck the tailbone, flex your glutes to protect your low back. And then curl up, bring your feet onto the mat nice and wide, and then walk your hands back so that you're in a low squat. If you want, kind of hinge side to side, kind of get some stretch through the calves, ankles, knees, hips, and then eventually we're going to level off. So one of our sets, we are going to be doing tricep dips on a chair, bench, box, whatever. So have that available. You can always also use the floor. Just set your hands behind your hips and use the floor to get those dips. Ooh. All right, round through the back, reach those arms forward. Let's come on up, stretching over those legs. You can keep your feet kind of wide or pull them more underneath your hips, kind of depends on your level of flexibility. And then twist one arm up, reach behind, keep those hips level. Try to create a little extra space between that lifted shoulder and your neck. And then the other side, twist, twist, twist. Oh, this is the side I kind of get bunched up on. There's usually one side. So then it tells me, all right, one more time each side. I need to do a little more rolling today. And then the other side. All right, coming on up, we are going to start with just squats. So body weight squats, 2 minutes. More than likely we'll be able to do the entire set without needing a break. And we'll have 30-second breaks between our 2-minute sets. So like I said, if you want to count your reps as we go through, feel free, and I encourage you to do so. Otherwise, we'll just get to work. So set up those feet just outside your hips, body weight squats, and go. So since we don't have weight, really focus on your self-flexions. So we've been doing a lot of isometric sets this week, whether it's with glute bridges, dead bugs, or planks. So we still want to find out, even though we're moving here, still find those flexions, upper back, core, thighs, driving through those heels. Work your range. Sit back on those heels. And then feel like you're kind of screwing your heels into the ground. Toes flare just a teeny weeny bit. Press up out of there. So you just keep pushing until you need a little shakeout. Take your shakeout and then enter back in. Those quads are going to want to take over. So keep driving out through those heels. Sometimes it's better to stay a little higher to get those hips back. And that's all right. Find those glutes pushing you up. 33 seconds left. Got it, you got it. Good little start. The body heated, legs heated, waking up that core. Last 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right, nice work. If you're keeping track of your number, write it down. We get 30 seconds. We'll take just a mini stretch. Lean over those legs, maybe a little pyramid stretch. Let the heart rate recover a bit. All right, next up, we're going to be going lunges. So just an alternating step back lunge. Square off your hips. You got 3, 2, and go. So drop and press. Work your range. Knee lines with the toe. Again, trying to dial into that glute, front glute. So a lot of times we end up feeling a lot more going on with the quad. We want to use the glute and hamstring to push us up. So it's like that back leg is almost there just as a kickstand. Squared off hips. It's nice without weights. Everything makes a difference. So use those flexions. Envision you are holding weight. Keep your feet hip width. Focus that core. And the more you do kind of hinge over that upper body, hinges over the leg, and the more heat you'll have in that front leg. Okay, we have 45 seconds left. Wrap through that core. You get to take a break when you need, then come back. We're going to be getting into the arms next. Hitting up push-ups. I know I'm going to need some breaks in my 2-minute set on that one. Hold that core. Lift that chest. Three seconds. And time. All right, take a little break. So if you don't do normal push-ups, you can use the wall or elevated. If you use a table, bench, chair, something like that, that'll help bring the floor up to you so it's not so much pressure on your shoulders and chest. Or you can grab weights and lie on the ground and hit up a chest press. Otherwise, we have 2 minutes of push-ups, just as many, here we go, as you can. Hit that standard angle so your hands are just outside the shoulders. Try to spread evenly through your palm, right? So a lot of times we end up rocking onto the outer edge of the wrist. Push through the chest and keep those hips tucked. So think like it's a moving plank. You've got it. Keep that core going strong. Pushing that floor away. Engaging the chest. We just passed halfway. Maybe you're still chugging. I get asked a lot, is it better to stay up and have less range, like up off your knees? Or is it better to go onto the knees? I always prefer toes for as long as possible, even if you don't get super deep. But floating in a couple knees Couple reps on the knees is always fine. It's just tough to get up off the knees once you've been doing them there long enough. Work from that core and press through the chest. 10 seconds to go. Woo. Nice job. All right, roll out those wrists. Stretch through the chest. Next one is a superhuman, Superman or Superwoman. However, you're coming to your mat today. All right, so tuck your tailbone, belly strong, even though you're lying on it. Tuck your chin, and then you're going to engage your upper back, glutes, and hamstrings. If you didn't hear the timer, we're on. To lift. I like to keep my elbows bent. Feel like it's less in my neck, but if you want to extend out, feel free. Just a little pinch at the top. Squeeze up between those shoulder blades. Feel those hamstrings and glutes. Keep checking in with that core. So definitely get into the lats on the side of your back. Stay safe. Take a break when you feel like you can't stay tight with that core. Super good for the back side of the body. You got to stay focused on that core. Things flexed in. 40 seconds left. Make sure you're not grabbing your neck, but getting those muscles between shoulder blades to help you lift. You've got it. Let's see. 10 seconds left. I don't think my thighs are getting quite as high as they did at the beginning. We made it. Push back. Take a little child's pose. Stretch through that low back. Check in. Couple cat-cow. All right, we're coming up for legs again. We're going to hit up gate swings. So we're going to start upping our heart rate. If you don't jump, keep your feet on the ground and just tap like this. Here we go. Wide, narrow, wide. 2 minutes. Check in with those knees and toes, especially when you're wide. These are great for your inner thighs. If you get wide enough, then use those adductors, push you back to center. Doing great. Holding that core still, chest up still. Halfway. We just passed 1 minute. This is where endurance comes in, pushing through. Stay conscious of your form. What's the story you tell yourself here? Can you do it? Sure. We got it. Stay punching. Embrace the tough. You got it. Hang strong. Decide you're just going to make it to the end. Time. Woo! All right. Heart rate running. Legs fired up. Whew. All right. Next up, we're going high knees. Staying on those toes. Core nice and strong. Just march. If you're not running, I don't know how high my knees are going to be getting at first. We'll see. Find that core. Use your arms. Just get the knees coming up in the front. This is where you kind of decide. Do I back off so I can sustain the 2 minutes? Or do I push and maybe need a break? I'm going to push. One second at a time. Whew. Still have 47 seconds left. All right. Your legs feel like they're 100 pounds each. You're doing it right. Hang on to it. Time. Whee! All right. Next up, we have a plank. Holding that plank. Hopefully everybody's getting tired. All right, I'm gonna go forearms. If you don't hold a plank, I'm gonna have you hold. I should have shown you, I'm sorry. You can either plank on the wall or hold an ISO bug like this. So you push your knees into hands, hands into knees. Here we go. Been hitting up lots of planks this week. Been feeling it in the core. Feels great, tight, wrapped, solid, supportive. Should feel better posture. Better support for your low back. This feels good on the feet after all those high knees. Make sure you're not cheating your way through your plank. It's easy to cheat. Just start letting your skeletal system hold you in place. We want to keep it in the core. Push into the elbows and pull the elbows back towards your toes as opposed to pushing forward. Lift through the hips. Tuck through the tailbone. And breathe deep. This is another mental one. Just decide you're going to make it. 32 seconds left. Thinking of that that little kid's book, The Little Engine That Could. I don't know if you read that one or not. I think I can. My dad always resaid it. I know I can. 3, 2, 1. Woo! It's all in what you tell yourself sometimes. All right. Back to some cardio. We're going to do a squat thrust, just a burpee without the push-up. So if you do not do your squat thrust, the full jump, you can walk back and walk in. You can also do a power sun salute. Okay, go. Power sun salute is here. You swing down, inhale up, work with that breath so that you get the heart rate still going, charging. Still needing that core. Get those fingertips spread wide. Land with the shoulders over the wrist. Whew. I saw it happen in my head and then my body just stopped. If you've got it, keep going. Don't break when I break. You still have 58 seconds left. Thirty seconds. Ten seconds. Time. Whew. Okay, I'm excited for this one. A glute bridge. We have glute bridges, and then we have our tricep dips, and then we're done. It's always kind of a freaky thought, 2 minutes of work at the beginning. Then you get through. If you're ready, go ahead and push into it. There we are. Just like our plank, flex into everything. Hopefully you've been able to be surprised what you've been capable of today. Like I said, 2 minutes can seem daunting at first. There is a method out there called rest-based training. So when you have the authority and the autonomy to rest whenever you want, research has shown you actually keep pushing a little further. So within those 2 minutes, if you get to choose, oh, you know what, I can stop whenever I want, somehow that channels some sort of psychology. You're like, oh, but I can do another one before I stop whenever I want. It's very interesting. Just goes to show again how powerful the mind is. All that we can do when we set our mind to it. Whew, those glutes are a little on fire right now. Hang in there. Tuck that tailbone toward the backs of your knees. Squeeze your knees toward one another. See. 17 seconds to go. I don't know about you all, I feel like we're crushing winter, just like I wanted. Whew. Drop those hips, hug your knees in. Okay, triceps, you can do kickbacks with weights, or you can hit the bench with me. I'm gonna use that box. Or you can stay on the ground, lift the hips and the elbows. Just like that. 3, 2, and go. If you're counting, see how far you can get before you need that break. Keep your hips back under shoulders and the core really strong. So I find that I can easily forget about that core contraction. You can kind of let that anterior tilt of the pelvis happen, but kind of tuck tailbone under, pull the belly button back, keep your butt close to your bench, and then the shoulders are right on top of the hips. Squeeze elbows together. Stay in those triceps. Belly strong. Press through those triceps. Just keep thinking, could I do one more? 45 seconds left. Building those arms. Still training the core. Oh. 13 seconds left. Keep your chest really tall. Time. Whew. We made it, friends. Good work. Good work, good work. This is one of those tough ones kind of to do on your own without people beside you pushing you. So hopefully you can channel everyone who's doing it remotely, digitally. Same thing, kind of play with your mind. Mind games to get you through. All right. Start with that child's pose again. Hinge those hips back, arms straight ahead. Slide the shoulder blades down and pull the elbows down. I'm super competitive, so I always visualize almost being to the finish line. I'm in second place, right? So if I push a little harder, a little faster, I could win. And then there's somebody right on my butt, so I better not back off or else I'll be in third place. All right, drop your right arm underneath the left with the palm up. Stretch to the outer edge of that shoulder. Switch to the other side. I also think if there was another type of reward, you know, if you could be guaranteed whatever goal it is you're working for, if you could just complete 5 more reps, would you do it? And say 9.9 times out of 10, you could do 5 more reps if you were guaranteed that win. All right, reach your arms forward, put the hands together like you're clapping, and then drop your forehead on the ground and bring the thumbs to the back of your neck. Kind of walk your elbows forward just a teensy bit more. Push into those elbows, feel the triceps stretch. All right, release there. come into your hip flexor stretch. So bring your left leg forward, right leg back, shift around if you need, get a little more stretch in different places. You'll find where that back hip flexor and quad area need it the most. Once you kind of shift around and find that spot, stay there. A few deep breaths. Take your right knee and foot and swivel it around behind you. And then you're just going to take your left leg out to the side so you get that inner arch or inner thigh stretch. And hinge back on your right heel. Reach your arms way out in front. Okay, and then drop your left knee to the ground and bringing your right leg forward. Now we'll stretch the left hip flexor. Same thing. Shift around as much as needed. Get that stretch where you want it. Whew. All right, and then take your left foot, swing it behind, and then right leg out on the ground. I like to curl those left toes under so that as I sit back on them, I get that stretch underneath my foot as well. Stretching the bottom of the feet, super good. We don't think about it a lot. Same with the hands, like rolling them on a ball, rolling the feet on a ball. They work hard, those feet. All right, come up to standing. We're gonna stretch over those legs. Reach down toward the ground. Let's inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Deep, deep stretch here. Find those hip creases. Push the hips back. Hinge over those hips. And then stretch back forward. All right, well, I'm excited to hear how everybody did, how you kept going past me, kept the good work going. All right, good job.